Hello, geeks and gamers. Matt Lemke here with True Gamer Goggles, and today we have another box breaking for you. This one is the Dungeons and Dragons Collector Series from Gale Force 9. It is the Scoundrels of Skullport. I'm pretty excited about this because it's got a Beholder in it. The character is the Xanathar, which is a little bit more than just a character name. It's also the name of the guild that Xanathar the Beholder is the leader of. I'm a little curious to see how many pieces, well, actually, it says on the back how many pieces it is, but I'm curious to see how it'll come into play that he is a 14-piece model, and I'm really curious to see. I'm thinking that's pretty close to actual size on the box, so you'll get an idea right off the bat of the character and the model. Really? How interesting. Here's another piece. Alright, so we're going to start with one of these blisters. And as soon as I get it opened up, we're going to zoom in as far as I can. And we're going to put, because they're gray, I'm going to put one of my work boards down because you can see better that way. This is Hallister. And Hallister is a wizard in Waterdeep. That's about as close as I'm going to be able to get. You can see the pieces are a little delicate. They're soft. His staff and his hand are right here. And his arm has a lot of detail in the robing. There's a little bit of cleanup there. Probably going to be a little bit of cleanup on the backside of his arm there, where it goes into the model here. If you look at, yeah, that's a good image of his head. He's a balding gentleman with a good deal of hair made up in other areas. And of course he has a base that comes with him. Now I'm going to take him, set him aside, and we're going to move to the next blister, or it's not really a blister, bubble wrap, which is a Mind Flayer by the name of Singular. And I've already put together some Mind Flayers if you've seen those figure forges of the Illithid Raiding Party, so you can get an idea. And actually, I'm happier with this Mind Flayer than I am the ones that are in the Illithid Raiding Party. It's cleaner. There's not as much cleanup. If you want, you can take your knife in there a little bit and highlight that a little bit more. That shouldn't be too difficult to do. But be careful because the plastic is it's not brittle, but it's not as pliable as some other gaming plastics. And you can tell, I mean, decent amount of detail, not too much. This is a good starter model for a lot of painters. And moving on, I think all that's left is the Beholder. And however, he is going to be probably quite complicated. Ooh. So you get an idea here. You can see, whoops, where's my pointer? You can see where all the eye sockets are going to be, or the eye extensions will be. There'll be all these little parts. There's a tremendous amount of detail for the rough skin of the Beholder. These valleys and grooves, though, are going to be a lot easier to work with than some valleys and grooves on other models because they're deep enough that if you're an inexperienced painter, you can get away with probably just dipping this model in some varnish. Now we're going to look at some of the eyes. Let's look at the eyes. Let's move some of this out of the way. And this is really all that's left to this kit is the eyes. And we'll take a look at this one. A little bit of a bummer there. The eye isn't actually there. You actually have to paint it on. I mean, you see the ball for the eye, but you don't see the pupil and the iris of the eye. It actually needs to be painted on. And that looks like it's true for all of them. The other thing I'm going to say about this model is you probably don't want to put it together and try and paint it. or let me rephrase that. You only want to put parts of it together and try and paint it, because these eye sockets are going to be all over the place like this, and it's going to make it hard for you to paint the model. And it looks like they actually have places that they're intended to fit, so that's going to make it a little bit more interesting to assemble this model when we get to it. You're definitely going to want to watch that figure forge. Well, let's see if I missed anything. Well, there's a clear base also for the Beholder, and then there is this base as well, which is probably the base I'll use. So, in the Scoundrels of Skullport, you get all the pieces you need to make the Xanathar, who is a Beholder model, which I'm pretty excited about, who is probably not too complicated to put together, but he is a great deal of pieces. As you can see, he's about 14 pieces. And then you have the two models that are basically 3 pieces to assemble. And they go together, they'll go together fairly easy. There's not going to be anything about them that's tough. A good bit of your time will be spent cleaning up the Beholder and getting them together. There you have it. The Scoundrels of Skullport from Gale Force 9 for the Dungeons & Dragons miniature line, collector's series. This particular kit is limited edition to 1,500 sets. I'm pretty excited about it. A week or two probably. I'm going to have to get the figure forge up for you so you can get a good look at how hard or how difficult it is for the models to go together. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and you're watching it on our blog, you can click on the right-hand side of your screen. Any of those social media links, you'll be able to follow us and stay up to date. If you're watching it on YouTube, you can subscribe to us, and you'll get notification every time we post a video. Thank you, and have a good day.